So I've been on the search for a shift knob for the S2000, and I think I may have found the one. But before I open this box and show you guys what's inside, let me show you my current setup. This is the shift knob that came with the car. Let me bring you guys over there. Okay, so if you guys see that shift knob right there, like I said, this is the shift knob that came with the car. It is the Skunk 2 shift knob. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Fairly heavy shift knob. It's great. I love the shape of it. Feels good in the hand, but I'm looking for something a little better. I stumbled on the one I'm about to show you, and I'm hoping that it works with this. If you guys can see right there just below the shift knob, I have a shift boot collar installed. This one is from Acuity, and I will link everything in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves. As you can see right there, it just adds a little bit of style to it, and it prevents that bottom boot from sliding all the way down. So I really, really like it. This is a good setup for it, but let's go ahead and take this out, and I'm gonna compare it to the one that I just bought. So this is the knob that I've been using on the car. Like I said, it's a Skunk 2, and it is pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. I did use a couple shift knobs from Spoon, and these are directly from Japan. I had my friend Phil pick these up for me when he was at the Type 1 store all the way in Japan. So these are legit Spoon products, and they were really, really cool. This is, I believe, the Duracon one, and then the aluminum one. This one's a little, here, I'll take it out of the box. This one's a little heavier than this one right here. So like I said, this one's a little heavier than this one right here. It's nice, it has a good shape to it, and it feels good in the hand. It does kind of hurt sometimes when this edge right here, since it's kind of sharp, hits your palm. Other than that, they're both great, and they make the driving experience a lot better. So now that I got that out of the way, let me show you guys what's inside this box. This is the part number if you guys are interested, and I will link it in the description. There we go. Look at that. Nice orange shift gate pattern. And it just feels really, really good in your hand. So this is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, came on the S2000, the CR editions, the CR models. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure when I Googled it, this showed up. So nice, solid one piece, no adapters. So it's a direct fit with the S2000s. So just for comparison purposes, this sits a lot lower than the other three that I have. And I honestly really, really like that. It just gives you that short shifter feeling, and you feel a lot more connected to the car. Like I said, I've used this type of shift knob for my WRX, and it was the one that I used the longest. It's my favorite shape out of all the other ones. And let's go ahead and get some weights on the shift knobs. Let's start with the Skunk 2. Again, this one's super heavy. And we're showing 431 grams compared to 139 grams for the OEM Honda shift knob. And then just to compare, the aluminum Spoon shift knob weighs at 110 grams, and then the Duracon one, 59. So you guys can see the differences right there. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have this shift boot collar from Acuity installed, and what this does is it just prevents the shift boot from sagging all the way down to where the rod right here is exposed. So if you have an S2000, then chances are your shift boot is already sagging just because these are pretty old. So this shift boot collar prevents that from happening. So let's go ahead and get the shift knob installed. So if this is your first time installing the shift boot collar, then it should come with one of these. It's just the lock nut. It allows you to get the right angle of the shift knob so that the shift gates are aligned parallel or back and forth. So get that installed. What I'm going to do is just spin it all the way down until it stops, and then back it out just a little bit like so. This is a 12 mil, by the way, so use a 12 mil wrench to tighten that. And then we get this beautiful shift knob right here. Screw that on there. I'm gonna get it as low as I can get it. And so it doesn't go anymore. Back it out just a little bit so you get the numbers in line. And then what you want to do is turn the lock nut counterclockwise so that it locks up against the shift knob. There you go. Get your 12mm wrench and just gently tighten that. And then once that's tight, get this, or let me get a better angle. All right, so like I said, when you're happy with the placement, go ahead and tighten it. And this is pretty tight on there. Last thing you do is to take this. This is a really cool part. Take this and hear that click.
Nice.
That means it's locked into place and it looks freaking cool. Do it again. There we go. Look at that. And it sits a lot lower than any of those shift knobs I have on the workbench. It's really, really nice. So obviously I haven't driven the car with this yet, but I can already tell that I'm going to like it a lot. Just rowing through gears. It just feels really, really good in the hand, and I like how low it is, and it feels solid. And the cool part about it is, yes, it's OEM. I just love the way it looks, and it looks a lot better with this thing right here. And also I just noticed that it kind of matches the door right here, which is a nice touch. Oh man, I freaking love it. Yeah, I'm super excited to use this. You know, the heavy shift knobs are really cool, but sometimes you just want to go lighter and you don't want to feel like you're breaking every single gear when you row. So I think this is probably the perfect weight. Like I said, I'll have to see how it is during some actual driving, but I can already tell that I'm going to like it a lot. And I got super excited to install this thing that I don't remember if I mentioned, but this is aluminum. And it just has this nice brushed finish to it. And I believe it is also a countersunk shift knob, since the threads do go inside of the sphere right here. So just keep that in mind if you do want to purchase this. It does make it a lot lower than my other ones, like I said. And so far, it looks really good and I'm happy with it. So that was just a super quick install of the OEM shift knob right there. Looks so good. And I'm gonna go ahead and close out the video. Actually, let me show you guys what the car looks like. I know I barely show this car on the channel. It's completely stock, just crossed over 50,000 miles. It's a 2006, so it's an AP2 S2000. I've done 2 valve adjustments. Yes, I did it myself. The first time I set the valves too loose, and so car didn't feel right after that. But then a few months later, I decided to tighten them up a little more, and it drives a lot better now. So with the S2000s, from what I've heard, you want it sounding a little like a sewing machine. If it's too quiet, that means that the valves are too tight. So with the little noise, it means that they're working. Shout out to LHT Performance for that bit of knowledge right there. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I will catch you guys in the next one.